The cafeteria buzzed with chatter and laughter, trays clattering, and the faint hum of pop music playing from someone's speaker in the corner. You were sitting with your friends, poking at your cold fries when you felt it. That presence, the air shifted. You didn't even needed to turn around to know who had walked in. John Jungkook, your so-called enemy, tall, broad-shouldered, and with that signature smirk that made half the girls are weak in the knees and make your blood boil. Nice hair. Jungkook's voice rang out as he walked past your table. Did you stick your finger in an electric socket this morning or something? Your friend snorted, but you just turned around, eyebrow raised. Oh, please, John, you're just mad. Your hair doesn't have this much volume even after crying in the shower every night. He stopped mid stride, turning to you with a slow, amused grin. That grin said, "You wanna play? Let's play." You talk big for someone who still uses glitter pens. You stood up, stepping closer until you were face to face. You stalked me that hard, huh? Want one? I have got a pink one that screams. Insecure mind chill, perfect for you. Jungkook leaned in just a little too close. Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. If I stalk you, you had know it. I make it obvious. Your chest tightened a bit, but you masked it with an eye roll, pushing past him and heading out. Your heart was thudding, not just from the argument, but because every time he got close, your mind and body betrayed you. One day you were sitting absent mindedly in class when you heard the shuffle of boots approaching, and there he was again, Shankar, late, like always, of course. His empty seat was right behind you. "Miss me," he whispered as he dropped into the chair, voice rough near your ear. "Like I miss stepping in dog shit," you muttered, not even turning around. He chuckled. "You're so obsessed with me, it's almost cute." You turned, your glare sharp. "I think you have mistaken hatred for obsession. Come on, mistake, especially for someone with a fragile ego." Before he could reply, the classroom door creaked open again. Everyone turned to look, and that's when he walked in, tall, built like a Greek god, strong jawline, soft black hair falling just over his eyes, dressed in a plain white t-shirt that hugged his chest a little too perfectly. The new guy. "Hello," the professor greeted him. "Everyone, this is Alex. He's just transferred here from Seoul University. Alex, you'll be sitting beside." The professor scanned the class, then he pointed at the empty seat next to you. "Mine." Your eyes widened slightly. Jungkook's chair creaked behind you as he stiffened. Of course, Alex gave you a small, charming smile as he walked over. "Hey," he said softly, his voice deep and warm. "Hope you don't mind sharing your notes." You smiled back, a little caught off guard. "Not at all." You felt Jungkook's gaze burning into your back like fire, and just like that, the war had a new player. The lecture ended, and as students gathered their books, you felt a tap on your shoulder. It was Alex. "Hey," he said, flashing that boy next door smile that was way too disarming. "Your notes are seriously impressive. I was wondering if you'd like to join me in the library later. I really want to catch up on some of this stuff I have missed." You hesitated for half a second because you knew someone was listening behind you. "Sure," you said with a casual smile loud enough for Jungkook to hear. "I'm free after lunch." Alex grinned. "Perfect. See you at 3. You nodded, pretending not to notice the way Jungkook slammed his textbook shut behind you like he was breaking bones. The library was quiet, with golden sunlight pouring through the tall windows. You sat next to Alex at the long wooden table, spreading out your notebook and textbooks. "You really make neat notes," he said, his arm brushing yours slightly as he leaned closer. "It's kinda impressive. You seem focused." You chuckled. "Thanks, I'm not always this organized, believe me." He turned to a pace slowly. "So what made you choose law?" You looked at him surprised. "No one really asked that." "I want to know," he said, voice softer now. You smiled, fingers caressing the corner of your notebook. I guess I just wanted to fight for something real, something worth it. His gaze didn't leave yours for a second. I get that. I wanted the same. There was a bit of silence, a calm one, the kind that feels like a warm cup of tea on a cold evening, and yet your mind flickered to someone else, and it was Jungkook. A few days later, the campus garden was quiet in the soft afternoon light. The wind moved through the trees, and the two of you sat under one, enjoying the calm. Alex was lying on the grass, one arm behind his head. You sat beside him, sipping juice and picking at the grass. He picked a small flower and gently tucked it behind your ear. That looks nice on you. You didn't observe because you were watching someone, and it was Jungkook who was playing football. Usually he plays aggressively like a pro, but today he was playing more intense, maybe because he hates to see you with Alex, and it was clearly seen on Jungkook's face, though he doesn't say it directly. Then you smiled a little and looked at Alex as you observed the flower in your ear. That won't help you escape studying. He laughed. I wasn't trying to, just telling the truth. You shook your head with a smile. You're always saying things like that. You always smile after, he said, looking up at the sky. You didn't answer right away, then you said, I'm glad we're friends, Alex. I feel grateful to get a genuine friend like you. He looked at you, something quiet in his eyes, but he just nodded. Yeah, me too. He started brushing grass off his shirt, and I guess only a real friend would let me steal half their fries and not get mad. He laughed softly. Exactly. The silence that followed wasn't awkward, it was peaceful. He was your friend, nothing more. You never gave him any false hope as you stayed in your limits, and though you knew he might have wanted something deeper, he respected your heart. Livadi, your and Alex Bone started growing more. Your friendship with him was going great, but you didn't know that he got deep feelings for you, more than a crush, but he wasn't expressing, respecting you. The cafeteria was buzzing as always, laughter bouncing off the walls, trays clattering, groups crowding tables. You walked in with Alex, his hand lightly touching your back as he guided you through the crowd. Jungkook was already there, sitting with his usual group. He saw you the moment you walked in. You looked stunning, hair tied up loosely, that spark in your eyes, that damn smile you gave Alex when he cracked some joke near your ear. You passed by his table, no eye contact, no snide remark, no sarcastic wave like you used to throw his way. Just nothing, and that nothing, it hurt more than your insults ever did. He stared at his tray, suddenly not hungry anymore. One day the classroom was alive with noise, pens scribbling, papers rustling, chairs dragging. Everyone was busy, stressed, rushing to finish their assignment before the deadline. You sat calmly in your seat near the window, the sunlight falling across your notes. Beside you, Alex leaned in a little, asking quiet questions as you explained the topic with ease. The two of you looked peaceful, focused. And then the air shifted. You didn't even have to look up to know it was him. Jungkook's footsteps were already heavier when he was annoyed. He stopped at your desk and dropped his notebook in front of you with a soft thud. Help me, he said simply, eyes fixed on you. You kept your eyes on Alex's paper. I'm busy. There was a bit of silence with what? Helping Alex? You said, your voice calm, even. Jungkook's jaw clenched slightly as his eyes moved to Alex, who gave him a polite nod. She offered earlier, Alex said, not meaning to stir anything, but clearly aware of the strange energy between the both of you. Jungkook let you a short breath, almost a laugh, but not the happy kind. Of course, she did. He finally looked up, meeting his glare without flinching. Is there a problem? He tilted his head. Not at all, just didn't realize you were running a tutoring service now. You raised an eyebrow, not letting him get to you, only for polite people. Alex blinked awkwardly. Jungkook's face didn't move for a moment, but the way he folded his arms tighter said enough. I see, he muttered. Guess I should have said please then. You smiled sweetly. Too late. He leaned forward just slightly, close enough for only you to hear. You know what? Don't help. I'll manage. Wouldn't want to interrupt your little bonding session. And with that, he turned and walked off, back stiff, shoulders tense. You watched him go without a word, your fingers still holding the pen mid-air. Alex looked over at you. Did I just cause something? You shook your head, letting out a breath. No, that's just Jungkook. He acts like he doesn't care. But the moment he doesn't get attention. Your voice trailed off and you didn't finish the sentence, but deep down your heart beat a little faster. Not because you were helping Alex, but Jungkook noticed you. One evening you were standing near the lockers, laughing as Alex showed you something on his phone. He leaned in a little closer than necessary and you didn't pull back as you both indulged in watching memes and didn't observe it. Jungkook walked by, your eyes met for just 1 second. His heart leapt, expecting a glance, a smirk, something, but you looked away, just looked away. Van, he called louder than he intended. You turned slowly. Yeah? He froze. There was no warmth in your tone, no playfulness, just cold distance. He cleared his throat. Nothing, just. He shook his head. Forget it. You nodded and turned back to Alex. What does he want? Nothing. It's normal to us. You don't mind. Class started. You sat with Alex as usual. Jungkook had the seat behind you, but it felt like miles apart. Throughout the lecture, he stared at the back of your head like it held all the answers he didn't know how to ask for. At one point, your pen dropped and you bent to pick it up. Alex beat you to handing it to you with a small smile. You grinned back and mouthed, "Thank you." Jungkook closed his eyes, jaw-tied. He used to be the one you fought over pens with. Now, you didn't even ask. After class, Jungkook found himself in the empty boys' washroom, gripping the edge of the sink. Why does this feel like heartbreak? He used to hate you, or so he thought, but hating you never felt like this. This felt like losing something he never even got to have. She's just messing around, he told himself, staring at his own reflection. She'll come back, she always does, but the crack in his voice said otherwise. And for the first time, the mighty Jungkook, kooky, arrogant, unstoppable, felt small. The moonlight slipped in through the half-closed blinds, casting silver streaks across the floor. Jungkook lay on his bed, one arm under his head, the other across his chest. But sleep wasn't coming. His eyes stared at the ceiling, the fan spinning in slow, mocking circles above him. The silence was louder than anything else. Your laugh echoed in his mind, uninvited, the way your eyes sparkled when you teased him, the way you used to show him and then smirk, the way you always threw back his sass with double the fire. Now you didn't even look his way. He clenched his jaw, fingers digging into the sheets. Why the hell does it hurt so much? His chest tightened, the type of ache that reached deep into the bones, and then without warning, a single tear slid down his cheek. He blinked fast, trying to fight it, but his throat closed up. He turned to his side, grabbed his pillow, and hugged it tight like it could stop the ache in his heart. Softly, almost in a whisper, his voice cracked. I miss you. Across the city in your bedroom, you sat cross-legged on the bed, staring at your phone screen at the chat that hadn't lit up for days. Jungkook's name still there, still quiet. You threw your phone on the pillow and lay back, sighing heavily. The silence was weird. The day had been loud, full of flops with Alex, and still, why did it feel so hollow? You remembered the cafeteria, the way Jungkook didn't say anything, the way his eyes held something heavy. You missed the way he used to challenge you, the way he always had a comeback. His stupid grin when he knew he had annoyed you. You missed him. Your eyes burned, you didn't know why you were holding back. Maybe ego, maybe confusion, maybe you were scared. You curled into your blanket and whispered like the world might hear. I miss you. Two people, two rooms, same egg, same words, still no idea that the other one feels it too. Next day, the classroom buzzed with casual chatter as the professor stepped out to take a call, leaving the students unattended. You were sitting next to Alex, leaning closer, showing him where he went wrong with the legal principle in the case study. He smiled, nodding, but his eyes weren't on the notes. They were on you. He had that look again, the one lingered too long, too soft, you didn't notice. You were too caught up in your explanation, but everyone else did. Suddenly, Alex stood up, his chair scraping back loudly. Everyone listen up, he shouted, his voice echoing through the classroom. Your eyes widened. Alex, what are you doing? You asked, slowly rising to your feet. The whole class turned, a hush falling over them as Alex stood confidently, gaze locked on you. I know this might be unexpected, he began nervous but sure, but I really like. Alex stumbled to the side, caught completely off guard as someone showed him away with sharp force. Gas filled the air, and there he was. Jungkook, stormy eyes, heavy breaths, jaw clenched, his chest rising and falling like a tidal wave about to crash. Without a word, he reached for your wrist and pulled you into him, not harshly but with intent. You felt his heartbeat loud, wild, real. Your hands rested on his chest instinctively. His fingers wrapped gently around your waist. Time slowed. He looked down at you, eyes glassy, vulnerable. I love you, he whispered, voice cracking. You drive me crazy. You push all my buttons, but I can't breathe when you are not around. His eyes darted to your lips, his grip tightening slightly. Can I? But before he could finish, you leaned up and captured his lips in a deep, desperate kiss. It wasn't soft, it wasn't gentle, it was everything you had been holding back. His arms wrapped around you like he was afraid you would disappear. The class faded, the world disappeared. It was just you and him. When you finally broke the kiss, his forehead leaned against your breathless. I missed you, whispered. I thought I hated you, but it was never hate. I just didn't know how to deal with this. He smiled finally, truly. I couldn't watch you with him. Every second it killed me. I tried to pretend it didn't, but I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't stop thinking about you. You confessed, tears brimming, your stupid smirk, your voice. I wanted to fight you not because I hated you, but because I loved you so damn much. His thumb brushed a tear that rolled down your cheek. I have been yours since the first argument, he murmured, pressing a soft kiss to your forehead. You chuckled, sniffling, hugging him tighter around you. The class burst into applause, but it felt distant. You were finally in the arms you belonged in. The classroom held its breath. Alex stood frozen, eyes on you and Jungkook, arms tangled, faces closed, laughter staged with tears. You looked happy, and though something cracked deep inside him, he smiled, a small, sad smile. He stepped forward just enough for you to notice. Your eyes met, apology in yours, acceptance in his. I get it now, he said quietly. He's not just some guy. Jungkook turned, the two boys exchanging a brief look, no hate, just silent understanding. Alex placed the notes on the desk and gave a faint chuckle. Guess I'll need a new study buddy. Then he looked at you one last time, his voice soft. Take care of her. Thank you for watching.